Ha! Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. First of all, if you're watching this video, you probably saw the title and you're like, what is this clickbait video? It's semi-clickbait. My channel is not ending necessarily, but there are a lot of things about it that are ending, and it might as well, in many ways, be ending. This is a not very fun video. This is some bad news overall, but it's things that unfortunately I have no control over, and I want to explain the situation. So the second thing is this is going to be a long video. So I want to fully explain myself and fully talk through the situation, so I thought I'd just record this video and get through it. I am actually at a conference in Las Vegas right now, so I'm in the hotel room, so that's why I'm using my MacBook's camera to record this, so the video and audio quality isn't the best, but just wanted to get something up quick for you guys to talk through it, because these changes are happening quicker than anticipated. They're supposed to happen in January, so I wanted to sit down and really talk through it some more, but it looks like they're starting to take into effect now, so YouTube's implementing things a little bit earlier than planned. But let's talk through this. So the first thing I just want to clarify, if I have anything to do with it, right, I am not shutting down my YouTube channel, okay? I've been doing YouTube since 2006. I've been in it for the longest time, and I don't want it to end, and I'm not going to end it. In fact, I know that I've had people come to me over the years and suggest doing things on Twitch or other platforms, etc. I may explore other things, and we'll talk about it as like a supplement to this. But YouTube is my primary channel, and as crappy as YouTube is sometimes, this is where I have my audience. This is where you guys watch me and you have gotten to know me, and I wouldn't want to abandon all of you, and so we'll see what happens. But let's get right down to it. So basically, let me kind of recap what is going on. For those that don't know, the U.S. Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, has, as part of a settlement that they've done, there's a new law in place that they're going to be enforcing called COPPA, C-O-P-P-A, or the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. So what does all this mean? Basically, it came down to there was a lot of concern over the videos and things that kids watch online, and ensuring that, I guess as the name implies, their privacy is protected, that they're not influenced in any manner because the kids are young and who knows what they're going to watch or not. There was a lot of concerns about the types of content that were accessible to children, and especially the types of content where kids would watch various influencers online, and they do things or buy things or whatever, and kids want to imitate that, right? And so with the advent of YouTube, there's more videos, more things for them to watch, and more things for them to see, and so there was growing concern over what children have access to. Now, myself and many others would obviously argue the fact that that's what parents, to a certain extent, are for, and should be monitoring and doing what they can to parent their children. But apparently that's not enough, and so there's a new law that had to go into place. And basically, YouTube had to work with the FTC to come up with a solution. And their solution is, in my opinion, way too extreme. Like, I understand the intention behind the FTC trying to enforce this law and everything. Like, I get it, right? But I think the issue comes down to a couple things. One, how very broad the ruling is from the FTC with this law. And then two, YouTube is going to the way extreme with how they are implementing a solution. And so before we can jump into YouTube's part, let's talk about the FTC. So they want content on YouTube to be flagged to let people know if it is made for kids or not made for kids, right? That's fair, right? But what does made for kids mean? Because, like, for example, I do reviews of Power Rangers toys. Oftentimes I'll buy collectibles, which actually may not even be for kids. It may say ages 13 plus or whatever, right? But Power Rangers is inherently a kid's show. So by definition, like, does that make my content like made for kids, or how does that fall into things, right? So the guideline that the FTC says is basically, if the video is directed to children as the primary audience, like videos for preschoolers, or it is directed to children, but children are a secondary audience, like a cartoon video that primarily targets teenagers, but is also intended for younger kids. That second one there is way more broad because, for example, Power Rangers reviews, it's targeted towards collectors, but also could be targeted towards kids. My channel, family friendly. Does that make all of my videos made for kids? Right? Like, I don't know. So there's other factors that they list as far as like how to decide all this stuff. Like you can look at like the subject matter of the video. You can look at whether the video includes any child actors or models, whether the video includes characters, celebrities, or toys that appeal to children, which Power Rangers, and Marvel stuff, Pokemon, a bunch of stuff I do on the channel, right? Whether the language of the video is intended for children to understand. Again, I do things very family friendly. I try and explain things, hopefully in a way that they'll understand. So I guess it's made for kids. I mean, I don't always consciously do that, but going by this, right? Whether the video includes activities that appeal to children, such as play acting, simple songs, or games. What is games is very broad. There's a whole bunch of different things here that is so broad. So going by that definition, a significant chunk of my content is made for kids, I guess, right? Like, you could argue certain things like, like Fortnite is a video game, but it's like, what is it, rated T, I think? And so there's like shooting and stuff, but like kids play it. Is it because it's a video game, and kids play it? Is that made for kids, or is it not? Like, I don't, like, how do I know, right? And so the answer that has been given is that there is no answer. But here's the thing. If you don't properly set your video as made for kids, guess what happens? The FTC can fine you. That's the catch, okay? And I've heard that the fine can apparently be up to, I believe it's $48,000 per video. Now, I don't think the FTC is ever going to go to that extreme unless it's like a really extreme case. But still, let's say even if it's a couple $100 per video, I mean, that's still an insane amount considering, like, for example, you look at my channel, I have a ton of videos. And if they consider a huge chunk of that made for kids, and I don't mark it as made for kids, significant challenge for me, right? Significant fines. So as somebody, a content creator like myself, who might be in that gray area of not knowing for sure if it's made for kids or not, what choice do I have? I have to say that the videos are made for kids because I don't want to get fined. Like, I don't have a choice. And who do I appeal to? Who do I argue with? Ultimately, it would go down to the FTC. And you think me against the FTC is going to stand a chance? No. Content creators like myself have no bargaining leverage at all. Like, this is, like, if they say it is something, then it is something. Like, we're the small fry here. And unfortunately, that means that we have to err on the side of caution. We have to overdo it just in case to protect ourselves. So what does that mean, right? So if I tell YouTube, because YouTube has now added a feature with your videos, both your future videos and you actually have to go back into past videos already uploaded, so hundreds and hundreds of videos that I've uploaded, and mark whether the video is made for kids or not. So if I do that, what does that mean for me as a content creator, right? So that's the second part of it. So the first part is, obviously, it seems like a majority of my stuff I have to mark for kids. But how does that impact me? So here's how it impacts me, all right? The first and the biggest thing that a lot of people have heard about, and is sort of the big news story, is the way that YouTube works. When you put ads on videos, companies will buy ad space with YouTube, and they will often target those ads. So let's say, for example, they wanted to advertise, I'm just going to say new Power Rangers toy, just as an example. Or actually, let's say Fortnite. Fortnite's, no, let's stick with Power Rangers. Let's keep it easy. New Power Rangers toy. So Hasbro, if they're going to make ads on YouTube, they're probably going to want to target them to children, maybe primarily boys. Like, it's, like if they're trying to pick a specific audience, they're not going to target it towards, like, if my grandmother watches YouTube, like, and Hasbro showing ads for Power Rangers toys, they're probably wasting their money, right? So, like, companies are going to want to target their ads. Here's the problem. If your video is marked for kids, as part of this law, there's no more targeted advertising. That's to protect kids so they're not, like, influenced by companies or things, and even though it's not really that much different than watching commercials for other things on TV. But anyways, it's to prevent that from happening. And so what happens is if I enable a video for ads, but there are no targeted ads, what's left? The non-targeted ads, right? Just the ads that are just general for anyone. Not many companies are going to be willing to spend money on ads that just go out to whoever, right? So a significant chunk of the ad revenue that I would get from videos cut down. So roughly, I mean, I'm just throwing out a ballpark number, but I would probably estimate that this is going to be at least a 60 to 70% reduction in ad revenue, at least, at a minimum, probably more. So as an example, if you are making, $1,000 a month, cut that down 70%, right? You're making $300 a month. That's a significant decrease. Thankfully, for somebody like myself, that's not my primary source of revenue. I have a full-time job. YouTube is just a side hobby I do for fun. But for other content creators, this is like a death blow to them. This is the end of the line. They can't afford to do YouTube anymore. For me, personally, YouTube was never about the money. I started back in 2006. I wasn't making any money for years. And even now, the revenue in the last couple of years has gone down even from a few years ago. It's really not that much. And it's enough for me to continue to fuel making more videos. Like I make a Power Rangers review, put ads on it, make revenue. That revenue goes into buying more Power Rangers toys to make more Power Rangers reviews. And it's a cycle, right? That's going to be significantly cut down, so we'll talk about that. But even if there were 0 ads on the videos, even if I was making 0 money, I would still do YouTube. I would have to do some different types of content because I couldn't afford to keep buying things. But for me personally, it wasn't about the money, right? And I know some people say, why don't you start a Patreon? It was never about the money. That's not my primary concern. It is a concern. It's challenging. It affects things on the channel. But that's not the main issue. There's even more to the story here, all right? So here's the other thing. Not only would marking your videos as made for kids cut off the targeted ads, there's more implications to that, okay? You can do one of two things. You can either, on a per video basis, go and mark your video as for kids or not. And that includes going back to all your previous videos, hundreds and hundreds, and from now on. Or you can just go to your YouTube page and mark your entire channel as for kids. That way you don't have to go per video. If you're just like, you know what, most of my content or all of my content's for kids anyways, I'll just click one checkbox and mark it all, right? Makes it slightly easier. Here's what happens in both of those scenarios, okay? And this is the part that frustrates me even more. If I specifically set a video to be made for kids, or live stream, by the way, not just uploaded videos, but live streams as well. Here are all of the things that will no longer be available on those videos. Personal advertising, which, right, we talked about the targeted ads, great. Comments. No comments on the videos. I know some content creators don't like comments, they turn them off. I like them. I don't always get positive comments, but that's fine. I like hearing from all of you. When you do comment on the videos, you offer your feedback, your thoughts. It sends a community. No comments on those videos. Channel branding watermark. All right, fine. My logo's not there. Whatever. Donate button. Fine. Cards or end screens. What that means is if you ever watch my videos on a supported browser or app or something, at the very end of my video, I usually have like the last few seconds of the video is like some links to other videos you can watch on my channel, right? It helps, like, for example, if you're watching a Power Rangers review of Lightning Collection figures, at the end of the video, I might have other links to other Lightning Collection reviews that I've done or other Power Rangers videos. Just, if you're watching something, maybe check out this too. You might like it. Nope. Can't have it. Disabled. So if you mark your videos made for kids, none of that. Live chat or live chat donations. I don't care about the donations, but live chat. No live chat at all. When I do live streams, the whole point of a live stream for me is to talk to you all. If it's made for kids, nope, can't do it. Notification bell. If you want to be notified when I post a video or go live, nope, can't do it. Playback in the mini player. That's not a big deal. Super chat or super stickers. I don't really use, the feature's enabled. People can send a super chat, which is like a donation type thing. I get it rarely from people. Not a big deal. Again, not about the money. Save to playlist. Videos that are made for kids cannot be saved to a playlist. I have playlists on my YouTube channel that are all my Power Rangers videos, all my gaming videos, all my reaction video. So you're telling me my Power Rangers videos can't be saved on a playlist now for you to find easily? Why? This is the part that gets me. None of this stuff is necessary. Targeted ads, whatever, it sucks, but if YouTube can't help some of that, right? This stuff is going way to the extreme. There is no need at all to cut off all of this stuff completely. All right? Now, here's the deal. That's if you set a specific videos made for kids. If you decide to set your entire channel as made for kids, then in addition to all of those things, the notification bell is gone from everything, but then you also will not be able to post any stories, which is like the Instagram stories type thing that YouTube has that I haven't really used too much, but that's a thing, and the community tab in the channel page, which I also haven't used too much, but occasionally I've posted there. But again, there's that. But also, your viewers won't be able to save to watch later or save to playlist. So not only can I not create playlists, you can't save any of my videos to a playlist, and you can't say, oh, I'll check it out later. What? Literally, that effectively just kills any communication, any follow-up, anything about the channel. So obviously, I'm not going to set my entire channel as that. I'm going to go on a per video basis, which still has a lot of negative impacts, and that's still ridiculous. Yeah, so as an example now, here's what's going to happen. All right, when I post a Power Rangers video and it's marked made for kids, you won't be notified. If you happen to see it in your subscription feed and click on it, you can't comment on it and tell me what you think. You can't save it to a playlist and check it out whenever you want. You can't click links in the video to go find other videos. You're just stuck watching the video as is, and there's no interaction with me at all. And then if I decide to go live to talk to you all, you can't talk to me. I'll just be standing there talking to a screen like I am right now. How does that sound? Does that sound very engaging to you? Does that sound like a community to you? That's the entire reason why I continued YouTube, is the world of HA, my initials. This is all the stuff that interests me. I can do the stuff on my own, but I put it online to connect with other people as like those things too. And we can have a shared connection. We can talk about these things, have a community that's built around that. And that is completely gone now from any videos that are marked made for kids. And because the FTC guidelines are so broad, the vast majority of my videos have to be marked made for kids. I have no choice. I literally have no choice. And that is the part that is just incredibly frustrating to me. I don't know. Like Power Rangers videos, going by what the FTC guidelines were, anything that even has toys that have content that could be for kids, like that, like all my Power Rangers videos have to be marked made for kids. All my Marvel Legends reviews, any Pokemon card unboxings, which by the way, I guess I am not going to be doing those anymore because if I do a live stream, I can't talk to you all. So why am I going to live stream? That's the whole fun of it. So that's done. Pentatonic's reaction videos might be one of the only things I can still get away with because Pentatonics inherently isn't made for kids. And I can get away with that still being as is. So for now, at least, those reaction videos are going to stay as is. I don't put ads on those videos anyways. If there are ads, it's from Sony, RCA Records, or whoever flagging those videos. So you should still be able to comment on those videos. But almost anything else I post on this channel, like gaming videos, I have no idea. No idea. I mean, most of the games I play are family friendly, so I guess they're all technically made for kids. I have to be careful and I have to play it safe and do that. So why am I going to live stream? Because I can't talk to you all, I can't read your comments, so I can just play the video game on my own. Like, what benefit does that have to me? And if I upload the video later, you're not going to be notified of it. You just happen to be subscribed and see it, great. But otherwise, you're out of luck. Like, it's so frustrating to me. And I don't know. There really is nothing I can do. So honestly, this video, that's why I titled it like the end of my YouTube channel, ? Like, it kind of is in a way. It kind of is the end of my channel. Like if you enjoyed coming here to interact with me and talk to me in my live streams or comment or whatever, be a part of this community, that community is effectively dead thanks to YouTube and kind of the FTC. I partially FTC, and then I think YouTube completely overreacted. The problem is this. I think YouTube has some responsibility here in how they manage content and how they do things. And instead of them taking responsibility for this and coming up with the solution, they're throwing it on to the content creators and saying, well, good luck. You figure it out, and we're just going to disable all this stuff for you just to play it safe because we don't want to be in trouble, so have fun. But instead, like, why don't you implement, like, different rules or different levels of things, of, like, permission levels or even, like, a warning process, because right now nobody knows how all this is going to work. So why don't you like warn us if you think certain content's going to be away? Like actually what already happened is that if I go to my YouTube channel right now, a bunch of my videos are already like flagged by YouTube as made for kids. So even if you don't do it yourself, YouTube will go and mark the videos as made for kids. Now you can appeal that. I don't know how that appeal process is going to go. I have a bad feeling that it's not going to go in the favor of content creators in general, but it's there. But also, if they don't mark your videos made for kids, that doesn't mean the FTC will agree. That could just mean YouTube's algorithm didn't do it. So you still have to go back through and manually make sure that all your content that is supposedly made for kids is marked that way. Otherwise, you could be in trouble. And I literally have no other solution. So what does this mean for the channel, right? Like ultimately, what can I do? For one, I'm not starting a Patreon. I don't like to ask. I'm not here to ask people for money. Oh, is it still recording? My camera thing flickered. I think it is. Okay. I'm not here to ask for money, right? That wasn't why I started YouTube. And a Patreon makes people spend money to then have exclusive access to content. I also don't want to restrict my content towards specific, people. To me, it was always about being open and having a community, and it wasn't about the money. The money certainly helped because it allowed me to buy things, right? but I'm not doing that. So speaking of the money, what happens on this channel? Like, with significantly less revenue now from all this, it means that I have to cut back on a lot of things. It means that I probably won't be doing any more Pokemon card unboxings, which I really started to get hyped for and really started to get excited about. Now, granted, I do have a couple things that I've already pre-ordered or have on the way. So, like, you may, where I say these things, you may still see some types of videos in the next couple days and weeks to come as I finish up my backlog. But going forward, especially going into 2020, that's going to change a lot. Marvel Legends, I don't know if I'll be able to keep affording that. Again, I have like the next wave pre-ordered, so there's still stuff in the way. But after that, like, I may have to cut back significantly. Power Rangers toys, I have already started to cut back over the years because I used to buy like everything, and I'm gonna have to cut back, more so. And like Lightning Collection, I still want. I'm still gonna try and get some things from whatever current season is on the air, but that's gonna have to be cut back in some way. Pentatonics reaction videos might be one of the only things that's not affected, I think. That may change. That totally may change. But for now, I think they may continue as is. And I am behind on some reactions, so I know I have stuff to work on there. But gaming videos are kind of up in the air now. And that's another thing. A lot of people have asked about, like, why don't I do a Twitch channel? I might. I have a Twitch channel. I just haven't really used it. I've struggled a lot with like internet issues. I have gigabit internet, but I think it's my MacBook Pro. It's like, 2013, late 2013 model. And it works fine. It's great for video editing and stuff, but I think it just can't keep up with certain things like live streams or other more graphically demanding things that require more power. The fan just immediately like turns on when I do certain things. So that's why I've kind of not done Twitch as much. I've done live streams on YouTube, but I am thinking of upgrading to a new MacBook Pro, which now, considering the situation, might be quite a challenge, but I'm trying to see if I can squeeze it in here, before things really get tough with YouTube. But so we'll see. But regardless, if I do a Twitch channel, that's the thing, is Twitch is only live streams, right? So it's like, I can't like upload a video onto Twitch like I do YouTube. And I also have an established community here, right? Like, I've gone through so many experiences on YouTube. I've hit so many milestones, and I just don't want to abandon that on my own. And I know that YouTube is practically forcing me to, but I'm not going to do it. Not until I can, until the very end at least. I will try my best. So I think if I do more stuff on Twitch, I will let you all know, but it might be more of a supplement to what I do on YouTube. Are there other alternative platforms to YouTube? Not really. I mean, there are like much smaller sites and stuff out there, but the thing is, like, what other site can you think of that people will be able to go to and find content like this? Like, anywhere else, even if they aren't as strict as YouTube, over the years they're going to have to follow all these regulations, all these things. Like, it's our entire way that we consume media is changing, and it's become tricky in the world that we live in today. But regardless, I don't think there really are any other alternatives at the moment. So I will still be here. I would like to do more vlogs. The challenge is, if I want to do more interesting vlogs, where I go out and show you places and stuff, a lot of, family and friends don't necessarily always want to be on camera. And so if I'm going out somewhere, I can't like not film them. Like, it's hard to like it just doesn't work. And so I've had to cut down on vlogs a lot over the last couple of years, because I really did enjoy doing vlogs and I want to do more. But unfortunately, I can't force, I can't force other people to do vlogs. That's not fair. But what that means is then I can't do vlogs much. So that's kind of the downstream, effect of that. But anyways, where am I going with all this? I guess the short answer is I'll still be here. I'll still be uploading, but things are going to significantly change. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to interact with people as much. And so, one way that I have always interacted with people is Twitter. I am on Twitter. I'm at Hassan M with 120. That's HASSANAHMED 120. Hassan M with 120. But there may be other ways around it. Maybe I start a Discord channel or something. I've used Discord a little bit, but I still don't fully understand it all. I'm behind on the times. I'm getting old. I don't know. I have to figure out, other ways of doing things. But also the thing is, and what's kind of affected things in the last few months especially, is just life. Life gets me busy. YouTube is not my full-time job, right? YouTube is just a fun hobby that I do on the side. And I have a full-time job. I'm married. I have, family things. I have just another, I have my life to live. And fitting YouTube into that is something that I enjoy doing, but I can't always do as much as I would like, That's just the nature of life. And so this also makes it more challenging because I have to kind of fit things into, these little buckets that YouTube's creating now, made for kids or not made for kids, and it kind of limits what I can do. So I really don't know what my channel is going to look like in the next coming days, weeks, months, years, if it even lasts that long. Who knows? What I do know is the channel will be significantly changing, and it will be significantly changing in a negative manner because of all these things that I said that I have no control over. You will not be able to, in a lot of my videos, you're not going to be able to see comments or interact or all these other things that you have come to expect on the channel. And I'm sorry for that. I wish there's some way that I could get around it, but unfortunately I can't. So anyways, I've rambled on long enough. What I will say is please, 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 this video is not going to be made for kids. This is too boring for kids. Kids would not watch this video, so take that, FTC. There are comments down below. Use them. Let me know your thoughts. Please don't leave. Hopefully, this channel, I'm still here. It's going to become more challenging, and things will change around a bit. But I'm not leaving, so I hope you don't leave. But I understand if you do. But I guess all that's left to say is please just let me know your thoughts as well. If you have any other suggestions, please let me know down below. There are certain things that I get comments, even when I talk briefly about it on Twitter, about, well, can't you go around it, or this isn't really that made for kids, or whatever. Look, there's certain things that I know you want to find ways around the system. I don't want to take the risk. I can't take the risk. I can't afford to take the risk. So that stuff is kind of out of my control. But if you have other suggestions or other things, if there's any kind of positive outlook that you have that you can share with me, please do, because right now I'm pretty bummed about all this. I'm pretty upset because I've been working on this channel since 2006, and this is by far the biggest thing that effectively just ruins a lot of stuff that I've been working so hard to preserve over the years. It's not about the money, but just everything else that comes with it is just really bumming me out, because I love seeing your comments. I love interacting with you all, and to take away that capability and take away the ability for you all to even know when I'm going live on a live stream, to live chat or whatever, it's just that really bums me out. But such is life, I guess. So please let me know your thoughts, and I'm on Twitter as well if YouTube decides to screw up this video somehow, so you can tweet me there. But thank you all so much for an incredible, gosh, how many in 2020? It's going to be 14 years, if I'm doing my math right, since 2006. 10, 24, yeah, I guess. Wow, that's a lot. But thank you for sticking with me through all that, and I will continue to stick it out. But yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. As always, I truly appreciate you all. Take care. Have a great night, and I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.